Hey everybody, this is Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. Continuing on my work on the addition in our house in Virginia. In the last video I finally finished doing all the floors. So the next thing on the agenda is all the electrical devices and the plumbing. The electrical isn't going to be that much. It's not that big of an addition. I have 5 switches, 3 receptacles, 2 inside lights and 2 outside lights. And then for the plumbing, all of the rough plumbing's done. All I have to do is install the toilet and install the pipes for the hookups for the sink. So I'm getting excited to finally have this finished. Now these switches stacked 3 up like this is pretty unusual because normally when you have multiple switches they're side by side, kind of like this. But I didn't have room here because the trim molding from here is going to come out like that, and there's no way to fit 3 across there, so I had to stack them like this. So this one is for the main light in the room. This one is for a light outside that will light up for eventually if we get the hot tub out there, and also to get the firewood. This one is for a spotlight that's up there on the main, the peak of the roof that goes out towards the future patio. So that's why I have this arrangement. It's the only way I could make it work. So when you go out the back door, steps down there, steps down there. Yes, I know I have to weed eat badly. I've been working on the inside of the house instead of out here. But that gives access to the wood, to the firewood. Also, over here, the plan is to eventually put a hot tub in there. I don't know if or when that'll ever happen, but that's the long-term plan. So I've got another outside light right there that I'm going to be installing, so we've got light out here not only to see the woods pile but also for the hot tub. When I bought this light, I bought 3 of them that all match, and I replaced the one on the front door. I put one on the new back door that goes out the other side of the addition, and then one here, so they all look the same. I got a problem here. For some reason this base is smaller than the box. It's sticking out a little bit right there. I don't think it's going to matter, it just doesn't look real good. And it's completely under this, so it'll never get rained on. All right, light works, fan works. Many times bathroom lights and fans have one switch. You turn that one switch and it turns on the light and the fan. I hate that. I always have. You don't always need the fan, and the fan is, when it runs, to me, it's obnoxiously loud. So I always add 2 separate switches. One for the fan, or one for the light, and one for the fan. Much better. So this toilet flange is designed with this piece in here to keep junk from falling down in there while I'm doing the rest of the construction. So the first thing I need to do before I install the toilet is break this center section out of here. Now the most important thing, of course, is that I break this out of here without dropping any of this piece down into the hole. And I don't know the design of this particular flange. This is an Odie. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I'm not sure how to do it. It does show a hammer on each side. I don't know if I hit here or here. Okay. There it goes. That'll work. Now these are the bolts that bolt the toilet down to the floor. Just put those in there, slide it around like that. That's what attaches it to that flange so it won't move. Now here's the toilet turned upside down, and this is a wax ring. That's what you put here to seal it against the flange on the floor. This comes with the toilet along with those mounting bolts. You can also buy these separately. This is very soft wax and it's kind of icky. If you get it on you, it'll get all over the place. Just press it on there like that, and then when I put it down onto the toilet, onto the flange, that wax will spread out and make a seal. Push it down tight so it sticks. So now I'll turn the toilet upright, set it on here, and I have to get these mounting bolts to go through these holes right here, and then the seal will spread out. All right, now it's rocking on the wax ring, and I just kind of wiggle it like this and it'll spread the ring out and make a seal. There we go. And then these nuts go on the top of those bolts to attach it to the floor. I'll just tighten those down on both sides. The toilets come in two pieces, and I always used to bolt them together and then set the toilet on the base. And then I realized how dumb is that? All that does is makes the toilet heavier when I'm trying to set it on the base, or on the flange on the floor. So now I just put this in, it's all bolted in tight. Then I put the tank on. These two bolts that hold it to the bottom part have washers on the inside to keep it from leaking. And then there's this washer right here that seals this hole. So I just set it on there. And then there's a couple of nuts that go on underneath to bolt them together. Now this distance from the wall worked out perfectly. The rough measurement, when you set the flange in the floor, when you're doing the plumbing, the center of the flange has to be exactly 12 inches from the wall. Of course, the sheetrock was not here. So when I did this, I had to adjust for that. So I measured from the bare stud out 12 inches and a half and put that to center, and it works out just perfectly right there. If it's out too far, then you have a gap. It still works. It doesn't look good, but it still works. But if you have it too close, then you can't set the toilet, and you got to tear the whole plumbing out and start all over again. Ask me how I know that. You want to make sure it's snug, but don't take it too far or you'll crack the porcelain. But if it's not tight enough, then those washers on the top of those nuts will leak. Okay. This is one of the new style that has a dual flush. I like these. 2 different buttons for a small flush and a big flush, whichever one you need. Saves water. Okay. Then I have this 12-inch toilet supply line. They had an 8-inch one, which was about a ½ inch too short, which was frustrating. So I had to get this 12-inch one, which is a little too long. But it still works. All right, let's see what happens. Tank is filling, checking for leaks. Okay, first flush. Looks like a toilet. Hallelujah. We've been working towards this for years. All right, all done. And it's been about 15 or 20 minutes and there are no leaks anywhere. So that makes me happy. A leakless installation. All right, it's all hooked up. Let's see what we got. No leaks so far. Yes, we have water. So I've now got all the electrical devices installed, the switch, receptacles, light fixtures, so all that's working. The plumbing is now finished. I got the toilet installed, I got the utility sink installed. Of course, in a previous video you saw that I got our clothes washer installed and working. So basically everything in the room now is functional, and we are very much enjoying being able to use everything. The only thing left is the interior doors and the interior trim around the windows and the baseboard and that sort of thing. But that'll be in the next video. Thanks for watching. Check the next video. You be blessed. Live simple, live free. Bye-bye.